All right, agents, you've made it to the end of the video series. What I like to cover in this very last one is automations. Now, in all pipelines, you will have automations that are baked in or just come with your CRM pipeline. These are standard automations that we've set across the board and will be available to everyone. So to lessen the confusion and give you more visibility on what's going on, I'm going to cover the most important ones that will affect you. That is, first and foremost, the birthday campaign, the 3-day post-enrollment text message, and the 30, 60, 90-day retention campaign, right? So let's jump right into it. So here I am in the automations section of the CRM. Now, don't be confused. You will not see automations in your CRM. It's not something that we will give out to you initially. Over time, as agents become more proficient in the CRM and we've scheduled time with you to build the automations that you would like to have with your system, this is something that we will give out to you if you've earned it, more or less, right? Automations are very powerful, and we want to make sure that you know what you're doing before you just go in here and start creating things on your own, because you could unintentionally schedule or set up an automation that does not what you think or intend for it to do, right? So the lowest barrier to entry campaign or workflow to understand is the birthday campaign. So we'll jump right into that. And here we are. So all workflows start with a trigger. And for the birthday campaign, quite simply, the trigger is the birthday. This is basically saying that as long as you have a birthday, a value in the birthday field, come that day, regardless of year, it's going to put these people into this campaign. If I had a contact in my CRM with a birthday of February 6th, that's the day that it is today, regardless of year, that individual would be entered into this campaign automatically, right? So what's happening? As soon as the birthday has triggered, it goes into a check right here. This is just a if-else condition that just checks to make sure this is actually one of our book of business contacts, right? And that's dictated here by the lead disposition being sold enrolled. Now, if you've moved a contact into the one status, some of you also have client status and active underneath there. Those will be triggered and turned on automatically. So lead disposition will automatically be set to sold enrolled, or client status will automatically be set to active when you move someone to the one status. So it's not something you need to worry about. But we do this check because we don't want to be sending a happy birthday message to anyone that isn't our book of business. So that's really why we're doing that. So if they meet this condition, which they do, first thing it does, it goes into this wait. All this wait does is, again, just a check to make sure we're sending things out during business hours. So it's set with a wait time of 0 minutes, so it will go through automatically as long as the window of opportunity on every day of the week is 9 a.m. or 5 p.m. Now, because this is set automatically, there's really no wait. Everyone's going to be entered into this campaign at 9 a.m., and you will see birthday messages going out at that time in all of your pipelines, right? And below that, we just have this simple SMS. So this is the SMS that actually delivers to the client when this campaign has actually triggered, which is, of course, on their birthday. So this says, hi, again, we're using the shortcode value for their first name, contact.first_name. I see that today's your special day, and I'm just reaching out to say hello, wish you a happy birthday. I hope your day treats you as well. I hope you do something fun, thinking of you, all the best wishes, then puts your name and then your Medicare agent. I feel like that is a little bit hallmarky, but I digress. People really love stuff like that, right? So that is the birthday campaign, very simply. As soon as their birthday has come and it is that day of their birth, they are put through a check and balance to make sure that they are a one opportunity. They are our book of business lead, and it makes sure it sends out during business hours, and boom, they get a text message. So that is the birthday campaign. So heading back out of here, we're going to get a little bit more complicated with it. So the next thing I want to cover is the 3-day post-enrollment text message. So what does that look like? The trigger for this is moving something into the one status. So again, you're on the opportunities page, you're doing your outbound tiles, you connect with someone and they're ready to enroll, and you enroll them right there on that phone call. As soon as the phone call is over, you grab the opportunity and you move it into the one stage or the one status in the bottom in the opportunities page. That's when this will trigger. Again, it does a quick little check to make sure lead disposition is sold. You just move them to one so that it will meet that criteria automatically. And just like the birthday campaign, it does a wait of 3 days here and then sends an SMS. So why are we doing a 3-day post-enrollment text message? The whole idea is we want to start automating your retention efforts. So let's say we sign someone up today, we move the opportunity into the 1 stage. What happens? Well, 3 days from now, according to this, advanced window of opportunity in a daily time frame, this person will then get this text message. So today is Thursday. I'll use today as an example. Today is Thursday. We signed someone up today. This is saying it's going to skip Friday because it's waiting 3 days. It's also going to skip Saturday and Sunday because those days are turned off. It's going to skip Monday because that's actually the 2nd day, skip Tuesday, and send Wednesday of next week. Again, with things being in accordance with the line of business that we're doing, we want to skip Saturday and Sunday. We don't want anything to go out to those individuals regarding their Medicare on a weekend. So we want to make sure that we're skipping the weekend and sending it during business hours on business days. That's why this workflow is set up to skip Saturday and Sunday. But because Saturday and Sunday are turned off, those days are skipped in the workflow and it's only counting days that are active. So because today is Thursday, this is a good example, and it's waiting 3 days, it's actually not sending until Wednesday of next week. So I hope that makes sense, right? So right after that, once they meet all those conditions, we've moved them to 1, client status is active, and it's during an appropriate day of the week, this message is sent. Hi, whatever their first name is, this is you. You are the user. This will put your full name here in this field. Just following up on your recent enrollment in your new, again, another short code value here. We haven't seen this one before. This is contact.carrier, right? So there is a field in the contact screen where you can select what carrier you've signed them up on. So let's say I signed up Mark with a Humana plan. This would say, hi, Mark, this is Nico, just following up on your recent enrollment in your new Humana ACA plan. Get where I'm going with this? Using short code values make it look very genuine. Like we actually took the time to follow up and remember this individual and send something out. That's why something like a 3-day post-enrollment text message is so powerful, right? So blah, blah, blah. Happy to help you. Let me know if you have any friends or family, and I'd be happy to help them as well. I'm not going to read the rest of it, but you get the drift. So that is the 3-day post-enrollment text message, right? So as soon as we move someone to 1, 3 days later, based on the window of opportunity, it's going to send that message out to them. Just letting them know, hey, happy to help you the other day, thinking about you. Let me know if you have any questions. That's really it. So the next campaign that we're going to get into, and this is my favorite one, this is the 30, 60, 90-day retention campaign. So it's in 2 parts, and we do that for a reason. The first part is the trigger, and the next part is the actual campaign. Before we dig into what the campaign looks like, let's cover the trigger. This is very important. I get questions about this all the time. So here we are in the trigger for the 30, 60, 90-day retention campaign. And just like the birthday, the trigger for this campaign is another date value. But instead of it being the birthday value, what we're looking at is the effective date field. So again, just like we have a field that you can select in a drop-down of the carrier you sign them up on, you also have a field for what effective date you've also signed them up on, right? So let's say, of course, I signed someone up today on a Humana plan for a 3/1 effective date. Today is February, so the next effective date is, of course, 3/1 that I'd sign them up on. I would put 3/1/2025 in the effective date field. So again, this is just this little checkbox here is just making sure that we match the day along with the month and the year. If this wasn't checked, come next 3/1 of 2026, this would get triggered again. So that's why we have this selected here, right? So I hope you're understanding. There's a lot of little nuances to campaigns and workflows, and this is why we don't give it to you automatically, right? But let's get back into it. So come 3/1, this campaign will trigger. Again, in all workflows, I just make sure to do a check. Lead disposition is sold enrolled. And if we've moved them into the 1 status, this is going to update for us automatically. And the next thing here is it's just adding them to the actual campaign, the thing that controls what messages go out where. So let's save this. I'm going to head back out to workflows. Now we're going to go into the meat and potatoes. What is actually being sent once the effective date has hit and it knows that it's one of our current book of business leads. So again, going with our example of we sell something today for a 3/1 effective date, and we put 3/1/2025 in the effective date field, they're going to be added to this campaign on 3/1. But there's a wait timer in here in the very beginning that is 5 days. So what this is saying is, yeah, they're added 3/1 because that's the effective date, but they're going to be put into a wait of 5 days and be sent something on 3/6, right? So on the 6th of March. And what that message is this: hi, whatever their name is, this is whatever your name is as the agent. From Medicare Advocates, this is copied over from one of my call center accounts. Your insurance agent, just checking in on your recent enrollment in your new Humana, UHC, Molina, whatever carrier you selected in the carrier field in the actual contact data. Medicare plan. Did you receive your ID card and information about your new plan? Blah, 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 all that other stuff. Right? So that's the first message that's going to go out 5 days after the effective date. Then they go into their first 30-day wait. So after 30 days, on 4/6, on April 6th, it's going to send this message. Hi, whatever their name is, this is whatever your name is as the agent from Medicare Advocates, your insurance agent. Just want to see if you're able to fill your prescriptions all right in your new Humana, UHC, Molina, whatever carrier we've selected, Medicare plan. Also just checking in to see if you had any questions about using any of your other benefits of your new plan. I'm always here to help, right? Making it look like you care. After that, they enter their second 30-day wait. So on May 6th, they'll get this message. A little bit more verbose, but very similar to the last message. Most importantly here, which is different from the last messages, is we're putting an emphasis on collecting referrals from these people. Like, hey, I was happy to help you the other day. Want to make sure you're taken care of. If you have any friends or family that could use my services, please let me know. You know, a referral is sometimes the best compliment. That's really what we're saying here too. And also we want to enforce, hey, if other people are contacting you about Medicare, make sure to have them put you on the do not call list. So we're taking care of a couple of things here, and that's why this text message is so long. So again, we want to ask for referrals, and we want to make sure if other agents are contacting this individual, that they make sure to tell those people to not contact them again. Again, helps you with your retention, right? That's the whole idea of this campaign. Then they go into their third 30-day wait. So here on June 6th, they're going to get this message, which is very similar to the last one, but reinforcing the same things. Do you have any referrals, friends or family that could use my services? And if agents are contacting you, please have them put you on the do not call list. What we have found since implementing a campaign like this, and we've tested it across tens of thousands of opportunities, the chances now of a rapid disenrollment have gone to near zero because this is going out to our clients automatically. The whole idea is we want to automate the simple things, and retention is a simple thing. It's just a simple follow-up in those very crucial first 3 months of a policy going into effect. These messages are crafted in a way where it looks like you care. You're remembering what you signed them up on. You're asking for referrals to make sure that who they know are taken care of. If you send this out to your one contacts and they have an actual problem with their Medicare in any part of the first 3 months of their policy going into effect, the chances of them calling you instead of another agent have now gone up because it looks very genuine. It looks like you care, and people want to be taken care of. That's the whole idea. Now, with a campaign like this, apart from what I just said of your retention rates going up and your rapid disenrollment rates going down, the other great part about having a retention campaign is you've just saved an immense amount of time. Instead of taking the time personally to do this each one of your clients, which could be, add up to hours in a week or days in a year, you've now saved yourself so much time where you can get back to prospecting, selling new contacts to put on your book of business that this campaign can go out to. So that's the whole idea with a campaign like this. We want our retention rates to go up, our time that we're saving to go up, and our chances of someone disenrolling from the plan to go down. And that's really what we've achieved here, right? Now, there are other workflows that may be in your pipeline, and this is going to vary whether you're with a sub-agency, one of our agency partners, one of our W-2s, one of our LOAs, 1099s, or just a regular field agent, right? But the 3 campaigns I've gone over, the 3-day post-enrollment text message, birthday campaign, and 30, 60, 90-day workflow will be standard across all pipelines. Now, if you have questions and you're with a sub-agency about what workflows are active in the pipeline, please follow up with your agency principal. They will know best. They've made those workflows themselves and will be able to direct you on what's happening if things are happening and you're confused about what communications are going out and how they're triggered. So that completes our CRM tutorial video series. If you have any questions, again, follow up with your team lead or agent success manager, or of course your agency principal. It's been a pleasure, guys. Take care.